That'll make you sleep. Sleep. Turkey makes you sleep. It's hard to sleep. It's hard to sleep. Oh.
Just breaking up in one area.
Oh. Yeah, I'm heading to my last job for the day. Yahoo. Yeah.
What are you doing?
I do a few different things, but right now I'm doing property management for vacation rentals. Yeah, for vacation rentals mostly. And, I manage one bed and breakfast, and the rest of them are vacation rentals. And one's a long-term rental, but I really don't like doing long-term rentals because I don't like dealing with long-term tenants.
Are you an handy person then?
Yeah.
You fix all the stuff, or
I have a team. I have a team of people who do different things for me. Like I have a plumber and an electrician, and I can do light plumbing and light electrical myself, but most of the time I just let them do it anyways, you know, unless they're not available and, you know, we have another house they're needed more on or whatever, then I'll do whatever I can. But so my son works with me almost every day, and my daughter works sometimes, but most of the time she just complains about it, you know, because that's how it goes.
how old are they?
So my daughter's 28, and she has my grandson. He'll be 2 in July, and then my son Zachariah is 23. But yeah, so I have 6 boys and 2 girls, 1 stepdaughter and 1 Hanai daughter. So I had plenty of the babies. But they're not babies anymore. Now they're all mostly grown up. The youngest one just turned 16. Yeah. So you have kids.
Yeah, I got 3.
Oh yeah, how old are they?
18, 14, and 6.
Aw, 6, so precious.
Oh yeah, she's fun.
Yeah. That's the time to embrace.
Yeah.
Before they turn 13.
Can't do nothing after that.
Sure you can, but you gotta wait until they're like 32 and they're saying how much they love you and they miss you and they're so sorry for being little buttheads their whole life. I think I was about 32 or 33 before I was calling my mom going, Mom, I'm sorry I sucked. Yeah. Oh well, I don't know. They're all good kids. They just they don't understand their parents, I guess. You know. No. So my second boy is on the mainland. He wants to be a rock star. So we'll see what happens with that. And then, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Hanging out with the uncles and jamming wasn't good enough for him, so he had to go to the mainland and find somebody else to jam with. But that's all good. You know, follow your dreams, boy. Do what you gotta do. And then my third boy is in the Marines on Oahu. Him and his wife just had a baby a month and a half ago. So that was exciting. And then Thomas is a senior in high school, so he'll be graduating this year. And Simi and Riddick are still in high school. They're on the mainland at a Boy Scout camp. They're counselors at a Boy Scout camp. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm proud of them. So they're doing that for the next couple of months. So, and then my stepdaughter Elandra lives on the mainland, and she's expecting a baby soon. So that'll be 3 grandbabies. Yeah. Yeah.
Big family.
Yeah, I guess I'm old, yeah.
You know, older.
42. I keep wanting to say I'm 43, but I'm only 42.
That's young.
Oh yeah, how old are you?
44.
Oh yeah, you're so old.
I'm older. I can't.
Yeah, you started late, sounds like.
Yeah. I was like 25.
Gee, I think I was 18 when I had my first son. So, yeah, that was plenty early enough.
Yeah, and he's still grown up. Also grown up.
Yeah.
You talk for yourself.
No, that you never get that back.
You gotta make time, I guess.
Yeah, you have to go on vacation away from your family.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not like that. They're all good. I appreciate having them. So
That's good. That makes it easier, no?
yeah. And my brother Oni and his girlfriend are constantly around too, so that's good. It helps me have some sort of testosterone around to help me keep things straight.
Yeah.
So
Equal.
yeah.
Balance things out.
Yeah, well, sometimes boys like to be boys, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
No.
They think they're in charge.
Gotta try, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta try, but you never know. These boys don't know you're never over your mommy.
Yeah.
Mommy's always the queen. Until you
Yeah.
get married, and then maybe she'll hand her stuff to your wife if she likes her.
0 chance of that happening.
Yeah, don't mess with the queen.
Mm.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I just try to do what I can every day, keep going, do what we're doing, go to work, try fit some fun in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So you guys have animals,
Yeah, we get dogs.
dogs. That's all, just dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 dogs.
We have 3 dogs.
No one else.
We have 2 wild cats that hang out.
That's good. Keeps the rats down.
Yep, and a shitload of Kalish pheasants that hang out.
Shoot them as dinner right now.
Nah, I don't like to shoot them. I like watching them. They're
If you
so
kill
pretty.
my pheasants, I'll
I
kill you,
feed
you son of
them
a
and I
bitch.
watch their little babies hatch and run around for a minute until the cats eat them.
Free cat food.
Yeah, free cat food, you know.
Easy for catch them if they come to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I can probably catch them. I've never tried to catch them, but the cats like to catch them. The cats always eat the chicks before they get very big. Bite their heads off and all.
It's because they want the amino acids in their
I'm pretty
brains.
sure they eat the whole thing because I never see them, but maybe they just take them in the bushes and leave the parts in the bushes.
The brains have the amino acids they need.
I
That's
don't know.
why
I've
they
never
eat
seen
them.
a dead rat either, so who knows?
I guess they eat them, they boil them.
Yeah, they're just wild cats. Yeah, I feed the cats so they stick around, but you know, I try to just give them a little bit at the bottom of their bowl, but every time I turn around, the kids are like feeding them a lot. So yeah, I'm like, you're gonna overfeed those cats. They're gonna get fat, lazy, and not catch any rats.
Problem is, every time I see that jar, it's empty.
Or at least they
You
gonna
just
be
have to
heavy enough
refill
that
it.
we can chase the pheasants.
Oh yeah, that might be a good idea.
They're not gonna go as quick.
Yeah, I like the pheasants. They're nice to look at, and they make funny noises, like funny bubbles. They make funny, like big bubble noises.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're weird little birds.
There was the bigger one.
Oh yeah.
So you were all outside. Okay, outside.
No, I work all over the entire island because I also do draw inspections and I do dog training. So in between all my jobs, I drive all around this island.
Damn.
Yeah, but I like to drive, and so that makes me happy. I'm driving at least 90 miles a day, if not more. But at the least 90 miles a day. So that's kind of crazy.
I drive a lot too.
Yeah.
I drive a lot too.
And what did you say you're doing?
I see. Fixing my friend's horse trailer.
Oh no, I mean for work.
Oh, I'm a mechanical tech. I'm on account.
Mechanical tech?
Yeah.
You could just say technician.
Yeah, I'm a machinist welder by trade.
Oh, so you like work at the military camp?
At the telescopes.
Oh, telescopes.
Yeah.
Nice. So you like grease some gears.
Yeah. And fix whatever breaks.
Nice. That's good.
Getting the brain. You know, TMT is starting, so getting all out of this, and so it should be interesting now.
You mean like protesters?
Yeah.
Oh, like Hawaiian Kingdom kind.
Yeah, for the TMT and all.
What's TNT? You mean like dynamite?
No, the 30-meter telescope.
Oh, I guess I don't know anything about that, but
It was a project they were considering
So
doing
they're putting up- How
multinational.
many telescopes do they have now?
Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 maybe?
And they're gonna put another?
Yeah, but they gotta demolish a couple.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. Are they like old or dysfunctioning or what?
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess they lost funding.
well, I guess that makes sense to take them down then.
Yeah, I guess they're waiting to get them demolished and put the sites back to its natural. What was before.
I think that's probably impossible.
Well, with money, anything's possible.
That's a lot of
Not
confidence.
anything. Not anything's possible with money. I can think of a few things that are not possible with money.
Hmm.
Well, demolishing a telescope. Taking out all the concrete and all that.
Yeah, they can always bring in some new rocks and whatever it is that grows there. Does anything grow up there?
Not really.
No, just snow.
Just the bugs.
Bugs can live there? That's crazy.
Yeah. Like summertime gets so much ladybugs.
Oh,
Millions of ladybugs.
that must be so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty when the old on the wall in the corner is so red.
Wow, I'd like to see that.
I don't know why they go up there,
Huh.
but no water.
Snow is water.
And no one snow all the time though.
Oh,
You've been up there?
no, I've never. No, I work too much to have fun.
Oh, Paul. You can.
Nah, I get days off and time off, and like today I'm gonna be done super early today, and you know, I get days where all I do is work for an hour that day and then done already, you know.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm driving hours away from home just to go do 30 minutes worth of work. But hey, as long as I'm making $100, I don't mind.
It's money talk.
I'm like, I will drive 2 hours away from home for $100 for 30 minutes of work.
Yeah.
And besides, I like to drive, and I appreciate like the work and having my chill time and blasting my music, and
Yeah, which we're not doing
Nobody
because you're
bothers
talking to some
me.
some dude.
Yeah, I wish I had that job. Shit, I get bothered all day from the engineers.
You get bothered all day.
Yes,
Why?
pretty much. They calling, check stuff. Fix this, fix that.
Because they can't use their own brains to figure it out?
No, they sit in Hilo.
Oh.
They sit in Hilo.
So they're calling you for information about what's going on up top.
Yes. Check this. Temperatures on instrument.
Oh, that sounds like a
Like
bummer.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to just like sit there and wait for phone calls.
Not most of the time. Sometimes. I'm pretty busy.
You're sitting there waiting for phone calls, playing Candy Crush,
YouTube.
watching YouTube. Well, YouTube is good for you.
Yeah, if you're in it.
Yeah, sometimes I just watch music and sometimes I watch some weird conspiracy stuff and sometimes I watch some crazy kickboxing or self-defense things and then I'm like, oh, I better calm down and watch some yoga.
Yeah. I'm getting too excited. Yeah, I need some yoga.
Yeah. I'm like,
You feel better after the yoga?
nah, I just turn it on and go take a shower and let it tell my dog what to do. I always feel better after a shower.
Yeah.
I'm like, here, dog, watch this yoga. Learn how to calm down, you crazy thing.
So, what you do, agility or what you train dogs?
Mostly obedience training.
Obedience.
Yes, just mostly human training, I would say.
So you training the owners?
Yeah, how to treat their dogs like dogs mostly. You know, they want to like try to train their dog like they're a human child, and I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work.
No.
They're like, I spanked him and he just doesn't listen, he got worse, and I'm like, I wonder why.
Yeah, dogs are more stubborn than kids.
I'm like, yeah, go ahead and beat him, see how that works. That's not gonna help you none.
I know I get full Jack Russell fuckers. Pain in the ass to this.
They got lots of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about a high-strung energy dog. You gotta get them to run a lot.
Oh, and like I fence my yard is off fence. And they just want to get out. They chill right through the chain link.
Yeah. I hear that Jack Russells are worse than pit bulls when it comes to that.
Oh, they chill a nice little hole so I can go through. So now I left the hole because I patched like 3 holes. So I figured my little Jeep won't run even on a hole in the fence.
So have you ever tried like chili pepper water in a spray bottle and you just spray your fence line?
No, probably waste the chili pepper water.
Well, try some Tabasco then.
I don't need chili pepper water. I was thinking electric fence next.
Oh, look at that Lincoln right there. Lincoln Mark LT. That's a nice looking truck. Lincoln Mark. That guy must be a billionaire.
So no luxury vehicle then.
Like, why would you need a luxury truck? I don't know. I mean, that truck's gonna get beat up if it was mine. Looks like he never even tried to beat it up. Poor thing. That's like owning a muscle man and never allowing him to do anything. I doubt that. He probably has a little shit truck that he takes rubbish with. He's like, oh, this is my special truck. I gotta baby it. Poor thing. Why would you own a muscle man and not allow him to beat anything up? Poor thing. Poor truck. I feel bad for it. I should call truck services on you.
So what do you drive?
I have a little Scion TC and I have a Dodge Dakota Sport and I have a Honda Fit and I have a Jeep. But we don't drive the Jeep because it's not paid off, so I'm kind of rude like that. I'm like, nope, it's not paid off, so we're not driving it.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of Jeep?
It's a Jeep Wrangler, one of the 4-door Wranglers.
Wow, they're nice.
Yeah, it's a nice Jeep, but
I like the Gladiators.
the Gladiator, yeah. You know what? The vehicle I really want is a Ford Raptor. I would love to have a Raptor.
The top one.
Well, the Raptor has all that, oh shoot, what do they call it? I want to call it individual suspension, but it's not called that. It's called, independent, that's right. You're so smart. Independent suspension. Yeah, it looks like a fun truck. I would love to go have some fun in that truck. Maybe I should go take one for a test drive and bring it back all muddy, and they'll be like,
You own it.
I want this truck. Give me some dotted lines. I mean, if it makes it back to the dealership, then you know I want the truck.
Yeah.
If it gets stuck out in nowhere. Oh yeah, probably like 75,000 or something, right?
Yeah. You should just plow a Dodge diesel.
I like my little Dodge truck. Like, I never owned a Dodge before I got this one, and I really love that little truck. It's such a good truck.
So you never get problems with brakes?
On my Scion, like, I just had the brake pads replaced. No problems in the Dodge. No, the only problem that I have with the Dodge is that if I don't put special gas in her, she'll just turn off.
What do you mean special? 92?
Like the high grade,
So what?
yeah, I go to the Shell station and get the high grade at the Shell station. What do they call that? I can't. Yeah, super something.
92% octane typically.
92 something.
Does it ping or something like that?
I think it's a computer thing. Like the computer knows that the gas isn't good enough or something. I don't know. And it just because she'll run for about 15 minutes after I put some unleaded gas in there, and then she'll just turn off and she won't turn back on for about an hour. It's like complete computer shutdown. So.
The dealer said you're using the wrong gas.
I never asked the dealer because I didn't buy it from a dealership. I bought it secondhand.
The manual actually
But
specifically says
the
high grade.
manual says specifically to use the higher grade gasoline. So, whoa, yeah. So I don't know. I think it's it's just the computer doesn't like it when it doesn't have the proper gas in it, and it just shuts off.
And then when you use the right gas, nothing happened.
Yeah, she runs cherry all the time. As long as I put good gas in her. The only problem that I've had with that truck at all is that I let somebody drive the truck for about a week, and then all of a sudden the clutch went out, so I had to have a new clutch put in it. And the fan blades all broke off one day. I was like driving down the highway, and all of a sudden I hear like freaking bombs going off under the hood. And so I pull over, the fans all fall apart. So I had it towed home, and then I went and bought all the stuff, and my son and I put the new fan in the fan clutch and the new water pump and everything in the truck.
Yeah, you cut the shit out of me with that
So
thing.
yeah, it was funny because I asked this mechanic how much to do it, and I can't remember how much he told me. It was like $700 or something, and he said it'd take him about 2 hours, and I'm sitting here going, what? No, I'm gonna do this. I can do this. I think it took my son and I like 6 hours to do it, but I saved quite a bit of money.
It's okay, it was fun.
Yeah, that's the main thing. So, but I won't do like the transmission and stuff. I tried to do a transmission back in the day when I owned a Ford Taurus, and I decided at that point that I would never do another transmission again. Because I dropped the transmission on my finger, and oh my gosh, that hurt so bad. My fingers were like totally jacked. So, and every time I do mechanic work, I like smash my fingers or cut myself up or something, and I'm like, I really think that I'd rather pay somebody. Even when we did that fan and the fan clutch and stuff, we beat the heck out of each other because, you know, it's so tight in there and you're trying to use this big special wrenchy tool and...
You didn't have the right bolts because they didn't pack the right fucking bolts with the tool for your truck?
They never... Like, because I rented the tool from O'Reilly's, right, to do the job, and it didn't have the right bolts that were supposed to be with it. Somebody had stuffed in some other kind of bolts in there, and... Like, I don't know, it was just all jacked up and...
Yeah, that sucks, especially
Yeah, I did that job at our Auntie Sheila's house in Mountain View, so at least I wasn't in Volcano, but I was wishing I was in Volcano because it was hot that day that I was doing that. That was like a year ago now that we did that job. Oh, that was crazy. But,
girls out there at ranch.
well, I guess it's because most girls are just gonna go find a guy to suck up to do it for them, and I'd rather just do it myself, so I'm not obligated. Because I'm just like, nah, if you like me, you like me, and if you don't, you don't. I'm not gonna be obligated to you just because you fix my truck. What if I decide I don't like you, and then you'll be like, but I fixed your truck. You're like, fine.
Keep it simple,
Yeah, I'm like, nah, it's cool. I pay my own bills and fix my own truck and do my whatever, and the only thing I need from you is companionship. Oh, I don't know. It's funny though how many people don't feel that way. You know, these girls. I'm like tripping on some of my girlfriends the way that they treat guys.
Misandry, that's what it's called.
Like they do this thing where they're like talk them into like taking them shopping and buying them clothes and like doing all this weird stuff, and I'm like, don't you like buy your own clothes?
They save their money for them.
I'm not sure they have any money. Like, for real. Some of them I'm just like, where does all your money go? Well, see, all my stuff is paid off except for the Jeep. And the only reason why I have that Jeep is because my girlfriend, her husband's dad passed away on the mainland. And so they wanted to move back to the mainland. And they needed to sell their Jeep. And I was like trying to help them sell the Jeep, but they couldn't find anybody that wanted to buy it in the short amount of time they need to sell it. And I was like, you know what, I'll buy your Jeep, but I'm not going to give you all the money right now, you know. So that's how I ended up with that Jeep that I didn't really want anyways. But all my stuff is paid off. I don't do loans and stuff, and I think that's what most of these people's problem is. They got to go get a loan for everything. It's like, you do know that truck that you want to buy, somebody else is going to go pay $75,000 for it. And then as soon as they drive it off the lot, it's like depreciated so much. They'll drive it around for a couple of years, and then you can afford to pay cash for it. So, well, you know what you do is you just say, okay, I have a vehicle that's paid off, and instead of going and making a loan, I just throw $500 in an account every month or something, or you know what I mean? Like, loans are dangerous. What happens if you, like, God forbid, break your back or something and you cannot work? And then what happens? The bank don't give a darn about you. They're gonna take your truck from you in 2 seconds. Oh yeah, for how many months? How many months? You know, like, they'll pay for your loan for 6 months for you or whatever, and then you still owe how many years on it. And I mean, yeah, I mean, things happen. Oh, credit cards are the worst. Like, credit cards are necessary if you want to build credit, unfortunately. But like using a credit card is dangerous, especially if you have a Sears card or a Macy's card or one of those guys. Yeah, you might as well go to the store and be like, oh, this shirt is $20. Can I give you $60 for it?
After the interest.
Yeah, it's like, that was dumb. I don't know. It's just like the mentality of the world that we live in now totally revolves around like money and credit and all that kind of stuff. And I get it. Sometimes you gotta go get a loan. I mean, I would have to get a loan to buy a house or something. It's not like, you know, I'm a billionaire and I could just go buy a house. That would be nuts. But I'm not gonna like try to go buy, you know, something that's unnecessary to have a loan for.
Yeah. I might try that. I like a Bolt phone.
I don't even have any real credit cards. Like, I have a Macy's card that I lost the card for a long time ago. And I don't even know if that account exists anymore since it's been like years since I even looked at it. Who knows? But I got that card to buy a mattress one time, to buy a bed.
You got 50% off.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I really need a bed. What do I do? Yeah, I'll take the 15% off, I guess. Yeah, and you know, as long as you pay it off within 90 days, then it's the same as cash, right? So, yeah, no biggie, but I don't know. There's lots of programs like that, though. Man, you can go to Rent-A-Center and buy a wash machine and pay 90 days, same as cash. If you want a crappy wash machine. Yeah, Home Depot, they're the guys. They always have stuff on clearance too. You're like, why is this on clearance? Oh, see this little tiny scratch right here? I'm like, okay. Oh, I'll take that for $300.
I bought freezer, I don't think they gave me $6.
You know, the only thing I don't like about Sears is if you ever have to have anything fixed.
Go to repair guys.
Yeah, they're like,
I'll be there between these times and
yeah, I'm pretty sure they work for the same people as the cable guy.
keep the customer waiting.
Yeah, oh, and the exterminator, if you're waiting for the exterminator. Or the propane guy, I'm like, what time will you be here? Can I just schedule all of you for the same day? Because I'm going to be here all day waiting for all of you, and none of you guys are going to show up until last minute. Oh, but the day that I have an appointment with one of them, and I'm like, they're not going to be here till 5 anyways, and I decide I'm going to run to town real quick and come back, that's the day they will come right away. Yep, they'll come right away. Well, you weren't here at 11. And I'm like, you said sometime between 11 and 5, and you were there at 11? What kind of miracle is this that I'm not there? Yeah, unless you're not home.
Well, that's what they do. They use infrared, and they're like, Are you coming here on a Saturday?
I used to like be really cool.
Are you coming here on a Saturday?
I was really cool with the propane guys for a long time, but then they started doing stupid things. Like, they would miss the like tanks on certain places, or they wouldn't turn the tanks on, or they wouldn't connect the tanks, or whatever. And these are vacation rentals, and I don't have time to be playing with whether everything's kosher, you know. I mean, because they can call to get paid. But the thing is that they don't care that it's vacation rentals. They don't care what's going on.